Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Shutdown and today we're going to be making this sound. Sounds pretty solid, Alright, let's get to it. We got a fresh serum patch here, and the first thing I do when making these growls is look for a wavetable with a good fundamental frequency, so a lot of sub bass. So let's look at these monster tables here. I do know that this table right here will give you some pretty good results for this sort of stuff. So let's just go with that for now. Let's throw the LFO1 onto the volume, and we'll have some noise going too. We'll do this paper bag noise. I just recently started using that, but it gives you some pretty cool stuff. And for the filter, we're going to do a HN12 filter with the resonance pumped up pretty good. So let's put our automations on the cutoffs too. Oops, we gotta draw our note.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
I'm going to be hitting E2. Just do that right there. Okay, we're going to change this to half, and we'll do a shape, something like that will be good. Just kind of a good little growl shape. So let's see what that sounds like. It's probably pretty quiet for you guys right now. We'll fix that later. Let's try adding some bend minus warp mode on this. Maybe to about here. And already you can hear that growl sound kind of coming through with this peak filter here. We're just going to automate the frequency knob too. But we're going to automate it back the other way. Right about there. Sounds pretty good. And maybe try some detune here. Let's see. Let's change it to mono before we forget. And that looks good for now. So let's go to the effects. First thing, let's try adding some distortion here. Let's try some tube distortion. And let's put some multiband compression on here. You can really hear that paper bag noise coming through now with the compression, because it kind of pulls up every frequency band. So that's really shining through a lot more now. Now what we can try is maybe some hyper. Just a little bit. I never go too much with this. It's the little things. Oops. And let's throw the mix up a little bit like that. What else can we try? We can put some chorus on here. I pretty much do the same thing for all my chorus presets. I'll throw the rate all the way up, and then the delay is going to go to about 1.5, right about there, and the depth to right about here. And we'll also automate the mix with this LFO1. So this is sounding a lot meatier now, for sure. I'll try moving the random down. What else could we add? Let's just throw on some little peaks moving in for now and call it good. We'll have a peak moving the opposite direction over here. This will just get more of that like vocally growl noise. There you go. That's sounding pretty good. What We'll try some filters later, but I think for now that's a pretty decent starting place. So let's throw that down. And we could also throw on a pitch automation. So I always use macros for the pitch automations in case you want to use like a comb filter later on. When you use the pitch wheel and you have a comb filter, it can kind of mess up the tonality of it. So whenever you do pitch modulations, it's also good to modulate the cutoffs on your comb filter, your phasers, stuff like that, just to keep the tonality the same. So we'll do macro 1 to master tune and put this at 12. And that'll let us go up a whole octave. So it is coming together. Now what we need to do is some post-processing. So we'll throw it in the mixer, channel 1. And what you do here is throw it into the mixer at negative 18 dB so that it peaks at negative 18 dB. It doesn't have to be exact, but you know, around there, because that is actually the level at which your plugins will work the best. So what we do now is a little bit of saturation. I just like this preset. And just like when we threw it in the mixer, every plugin we use, we want to use the output level adjustment to drop it back down to negative 18 dB so that after it comes out of this plugin and goes into the next plugin, it will be at negative 18 dB again. So let's drop it down to right about there. We could try some Camel Crusher. I just used this British Clean preset, but I turned the fat on and this up a little bit. So that'll be pretty good. Let's see. We could try throwing in. Well, we'll leave the spot open later to add some more noise stuff. But for now, let's throw in an OTT here. Depth at 100. And we gotta adjust the out gain again. Then what we're gonna do is another OTT. And we're just gonna do one more. Yes. Sounds like a little bit of a mess, but you actually kind of want that, you know. Sounds that are too clean, just they don't fill up the space very well. They don't sound great in context of a song. So it's good to have that kind of like high frequency noise stuff on top. Now we'll throw in EQ2, take out the super low frequencies and the really high frequencies. And we're going to use some automations here to create another valley vocal movement after the OTTs. So we'll add some automation clips here for the cutoff frequencies. We're going to move that down. What is this automation? Okay. And we're just going to do something like this. So this will get us a really cool vocally sound. You can even push it a little bit more, maybe. Let's have this go. So you can kind of hear like the extra movement that EQ adds. Just makes it sound a little bit nastier. Then what we're going to do is throw in a mid-side EQ. And what I do with these is I take out all of the width in the bass. So this is our mid EQ, so I'll just do that just because it's there. Might as well. But this is what I do with the side EQ. I'll take out all the sub bass and even some of this bass here, even going into the low mids and mid frequencies. But this shape is what I normally do for my basses. And then at the end, you just kind of sausage it up to 0 with a sausage factor. And then we can throw in our pitch modulation. See what that sounds like. Just do something like a something like that. You get the idea. Well, let's see how that sounds. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe we can do like a up to down automation. But yeah, you can, once you get here, you can just pretty much make whatever sound you want with the macros and EQs.
And that's
so
it.
Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like and comment if you think you learned something, and I'll see you guys next time.